and how they went 6-11, and there is context to it. It doesn't mean that I automatically think, oh, they're going to win 12 this year just because the schedule's easy and they're better than they were last year. But I do think that the teams they're going to face, I don't see how many of them are markedly better than they were last year.
I want to play this for everybody again. From the Richard Sherman podcast, George Kittle firing back on the idea that the Niners have an easy schedule.
Well, that's what's crazy. It's like the Niners have the easiest strength of schedule this year. It's like, it's the NFL. It's hard regardless. Like, sure, yeah, we're not going up against the number ones from every single conference or division, but still, it's an NFL game. Like, you still have to go out there and perform at an incredibly high level because every team is doing that same shit. So it's just like, what are you talking about easiest schedule? Like, relax. I still have to go out there and play for 60 minutes and find a way to get a dub.
And find a way to get a
find a way.
A motivated and hungry team.
Exactly. Especially all the teams that are at the bottom of the division, no one likes to lose.
No.
Usually the teams that didn't play well last year are usually the most hungry to go out there and do it again anyway. So you're getting the most hungry damn teams every single year.
Look, if I were the 49ers, I'd use George Kittle right now as the guide, as the captain of the ship. They should push back on this. This is actually the dangerous part of the offseason. I don't think it'll work. I think that we're all going to continue to say the exact same thing that we've been saying. I think we will continue to use it as a security blanket to our mentals. We all think, even if the 49ers aren't at their best, even if some of the things that they're trying this year don't work, it'll still be pretty good just because of that schedule. It's kind of a fallback opinion for a lot of us. And if I'm the Niners, I'm gonna push against this idea that it's a, quote, easy schedule, because where's the win then? Where's the win for the 49ers? If you play poorly and lose these games, my God, you lost against those teams. But if you win, well, that's all you did was beat those teams. I mean, I still hear people do that to the Jimmy Butler Warriors. You know, people will say, oh, God, the Jimmy Butler didn't actually change the Warriors that much. They just had an easy schedule at the particular time that he came in. You'll hear stuff like that. So the danger on this schedule conversation is that I don't know what it is the 49ers can do to actually impress people this year until they get to the playoffs.
That's right. Well, they can impress people by winning the games they're supposed to win. And I actually tweeted out something about the Jimmy Butler data. I did not a deep dive, it was a medium dive. Right. I looked at the record that the team had when they got Jimmy and then the record against playoff teams, and it's almost identical. Like, the teams that they played with Jimmy that made the playoffs, they won 71% of those games, and they won like 75% overall with Jimmy. So
they were really good.
But it wasn't that they feasted on just the bad teams. And I wanted to take a look at that because that's been something that was bugging me. I wanted to have it be proven out in a small sample. Like, did they really feast on bad teams? No, they beat just about everybody. I think they went 24-8 after they got him.
It was something like that.
Yep.
And I'm glad you did that, because I'll tell you this right now, and this won't surprise anybody, but like if the 49ers win most of these games, let's say they went 12-5.
Yep.
I'll be impressed. That's where I agree with George. Like, I disagree with George. It is kind of an easier schedule, and it's not even just the opponents. It's the travel. It's the rest advantage. Yep. We know all these things. It's better this year. This is a better schedule. But where I'll agree with George is if they do really well with that schedule, I will be impressed, because I don't care who you beat in the NFL. I think the definition of a good team is a team that beats the teams that aren't as good as it is. That's the definition of a good team. But I can also feel that the Niners could go 12-5, and we'll get to the end of the year, and there will be plenty of people to be like, who the hell couldn't go 12-5 against that schedule?
Yeah. I mean, that's part of it, but I do think that just the football aspect of it needs to be paid attention to, because George is right about that part of it. Like, football is hard, and one thing that I was reading in the Warren Sharp piece earlier that he posted on Twitter at Sharp Football, and he was talking about missed field goals, fumble recoveries, and deflected passes as some of the wild variables in a football game. You can be better than the team you're playing on a Sunday, and it could be a fumble that you just don't happen to recover, or a tip pass that gets intercepted, or a field goal that you doink off the upright. All these little micro plays that turn out to be huge in a football game.
They're huge.
You can outgain your opponent by 250 yards and win the time of possession battle and all the rest of it, but you don't recover a fumble, you have one tip pass, and you doink a field goal, and you lose 21-20. And that's an L.
Right.
And that's just the way that goes.
Well, and the Niners had a bunch of that last year.
Yeah.
You know, our favorite one was when they went to L.A. to take on the Rams. And I've always described that in the fourth quarter as the most unbelievable parlay of crap that you could ever imagine. That, by the way, let me add, just because we love to talk about him the most, none of it was Brock's fault. Literally none of it. Go through all the things that went wrong at the end of that Rams game and tell me which one was Brock's fault. Was it all the DBs that kept committing pass interferences?
Yeah.
Was it Jake Moody missing field goals?
The punt coverage?
The punt coverage? Was it Ronnie Bell dropping balls that were between his numbers? Which part was on Brock Purdy when he, quote, lost that game? Which part?
Yeah. No, none of it.
So that's what happens. And then we go, oh, you went 6-11 and you can't play well when you don't have good players around you. He played phenomenally in that game. And Juwan Jennings was a beast in that game. But a bunch of players lined up, screwed up, and they lost the game. And none of those players were Brock or Juwan.
Yeah. I mean,
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? And, you know, the Arizona game and the Seattle game, and, you know, we can pick nits all we want. Thankfully, we have a new season coming up, so 6-11 goes in the rearview mirror. Just checking my tweet, it was 23-8 after they got Jimmy, and 10-4 against playoff teams. And that's not counting the play-in game where they actually beat a team that was also very good in Memphis.
Right.
But
right.
So
and
they were 13-4 against the bad teams, 10-4 against the good teams.
And I still, again, everybody gets to look at this however they want. I know that the last thought that I take to bed when I think about the Warriors and the way their season ended, I know that it was a difficult series, but they won it. They won the series against the Houston Rockets, and then on the road they grabbed a 1-0 lead against the Minnesota Timberwolves in round 2. And then Steph left, and they never won another game.
That's right.
But the team that we actually talk about and watch for the majority of the year that includes Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, they were very good, and that is the situation in which they sat until Steph left. And that's pretty good.
Very good.
That's a pretty good situation to be in.
Yeah, and you could draw the parallel to the Niners when they lost Brock with a 7-0 lead at Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. All right, 888-957-9570. Speaking of tweets, the guys have sent out the commentary that we had put out there with regard to Jared Goff and Brock Purdy. And the question of why do Lions fans love and chant Jared Goff while seemingly Brock Purdy is not good enough for some 49er fans? And the responses to that tweet on Twitter are probably worth our time. We should read some of them. Some of them will make you laugh. Let's do that next. We are brought to you by Fremont Bank, here for you, here for good, and this is Willard Dibs.
Lawton Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is a 5-star facility located in the Sunset District of San Francisco and in close proximity to our preferred partner, UCSF Medical Center. At Lawton, you're in good hands with world-class nurses led by a well-known and UCSF-affiliated medical director in Dr. Darby Clayson. Contact Administrator Dan Daly at 415-566-1200. That's 415-566-1200 for any additional information.
And we're back, live during a Flex Alert. Dialed in on the thermostat. Oh, we're pre-cooling before 4 p.m., folks.
And that's the end of the third. Time to set it back to 78 from 4 to 9 p.m. Clutch move by the home team. What's the game plan from here on out?
Laundry?
Not today.
Dishwasher?
Sidelined.
What a performance by Team California. The power truly is ours.
During a Flex Alert, pre-cool, power down, and let's beat the heat together.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at Xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed broadband experience report August 2024.
Want to interact with the hosts but can't call? Text the Boxer and Gerson Work Injury Attorneys text line at 888-957-9570. Boxer and Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
If you have back-to-school shopping to do, then you should make Macy's your first stop. That's because your Macy's store has back-to-school essentials at incredible prices, like complete looks from Epic Threads, Levi's, and Abercrombie Kids. Character outfits from Hello Kitty, Mickey, and Minnie Mouse. Plus, backpacks from JanSport and High Sierra. The best part? Get it all for 25 to 50% off. That's right, up to half off. But hurry in. These back-to-school deals start Friday at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. Catch the red eye or take the 6 a.m.
Make a new hire or promote internally.
Celebrate a win with the toast at the gate or unwind at the lounge. Big props to this team. Some decisions are a win-win. Like earning 8 times points on Chase Travel. Introducing Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. With $2,500 in annual value, it's the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member of FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Step up to the plate and save lives with Stanford Blood Center. Donate blood during August and score a free limited edition Stanford Blood Center in San Francisco Giants co-branded jersey, and only available for a short time. This exclusive jersey is our way of saying thank you for being a hero. Every blood donation can help save up to 3 lives, making a real difference in your community. Supplies are limited, so don't wait. Visit StanfordBloodCenter.org to schedule your donation.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade. Dana Carvey. Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall. Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities. And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips. Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey, hello. Listen to my voice talking to you about the new Old Spice NFL collection at Walmart. Now listen to my smell. I smell like NFL stars Jared Goff, CeeDee Lamb, Saquon Barkley, CJ Stroud, and George Kittle. I smell like greatness. Why? Because I'm wearing Old Spice's new NFL collection. How can you put the greatness of the NFL into a smell, you ask? You can't. But Old Spice can. And they did. Smell like Suntal and Speed, Driftwood and Drive, Sea Ties and Toughness with the Old Spice NFL collection available at Walmart. Smell like the greatest smell in the NFL with Old Spice.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Man, y'all don't know the game, man. You ain't better than me.
Now, back to Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game.
It's always interesting. It's always interesting.
Yeah?
Well, like, I don't know. The more you live, the more you realize that, yes, 100 of us can stare at the sun and half of us will see the moon.
It's wild.
And I don't know that they're wrong. You know what I mean? Like
that whole like blue dress, white dress thing that went around about 7 years ago.
All right, so like Lucas puts this out there. We asked the question: why is Jared Goff good enough for every Lions fan, but Brock Purdy seemingly is not, or at least some 49er fans look at him with all kinds of skepticism?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's a good question.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Well, thank you to both of you, you and Grant.
Yeah.
And
the key is the
your impression gets better each time. Woo. But look at some of these answers and tell me if they resonate with you or not. And I'm going to read directly. Thank you to those of you who have responded to this tweet. City Slicker 123 says because Goff is 6'4", with a cannon for an arm. Purdy just doesn't have the physical capabilities that some of the other guys do. That's not to say he's a bad QB, though. It just makes everything harder. Does Jared Goff have a cannon for an arm?
I don't know. This is one of those ones where...
I mean, they've all got good arms. They're quarterbacks.
Right. You know who has a cannon for an arm?
Mahomes.
Jeff George. That was always the thing about Jeff George.
So does Jamarcus Russell.
Cannon for an arm.
Yes.
Right.
Everybody that the Raiders drafted had a cannon for an arm.
You know who else had a cannon for an arm?
Who?
Uncle Rico. Bet you I could throw this ball over that mountain. And he was driving around in a van. Okay? Thank you. Trying to get you laughing over here.
Don't do that while I have water in my mouth.
Well, I didn't know that. I mean, it might have been the new vodka over there because you're getting dangerously close to cracking that baby open.
I mean, not going to...
Cannon for an arm.
Great.
Okay.
Let's drink. Not going to confirm or deny.
You know who didn't have a cannon for an arm and he won a Super Bowl and turned out to be an unbelievable quarterback? Drew Brees.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Joe Montana.
I'm just going Drew Brees.
Joe Montana.
Right. So a cannon for an arm. Great. Let's drink.
So I do think, and I don't know how to say this because it's like literally the most disrespectful phrase in the English language. So I don't know how to say it respectfully, but that's how I'd like to do it if I could. I want to say this respectfully.
Okay.
Who cares?
Thank you.
Okay, same thing. Is he a top 5 QB? No. Who cares? Neither is Jalen Hurts.
Right.
So why do you have to be 6'4" with a cannon for an arm, even though I don't agree that Jared Goff is 6'4" with a cannon arm?
He's 6'4".
I'll agree that he's 6'4". I don't know that automatically that makes everything easier or harder or whatever. I just think I think football's hard, and you have to be really good at it. You have to be really good at processing. Does that mean that another pass or two will get batted down every month? You know, if you're Purdy versus Goff, maybe it does, but there's also 1,000 other things that affect it. Okay, so that's one answer. How about this? And this comes from Kay on Twitter, and Kay's got himself a potty mouth. Oh, he got a potty mouth.
Okay.
Because Grant Cohn and his Circle Bleep members are a bunch of bleeps. People in real life love Brock.
Okay. And I think that that's right.
Do you think that that's true?
I think that more people like Brock than we actually allow to voice it. And it's a little bit of the echo chamber you talk about.
For sure.
I think that there's more people who think that Brock is a good quarterback than there are people who think that he's an overpaid bum.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. I think most 49er fans really maybe I won't use the word love, but really like Brock Purdy. But the question still remains. Because you have similar stats and similar accomplishments from Jared Goff and Brock Purdy, and one fan base can't stop chanting his name, and the other one can't stop at least doing this. Even if you like Brock Purdy, you can't seem to stop going, I need to see more.
Yeah.
That's the phrase. I need to see more, and it's constant. And I get it. I really do. I get it. I don't know why we seem to really have that feeling in our bones when we watch him play, when we watch him accomplish, when we watch him win playoff games and then go back the next year and win more playoff games, and we watch him go toe-to-toe with Mahomes in a Super Bowl, and seemingly we come out of each year with, I need to see more. Now, it's only been 2.5 seasons. I understand that. But by the same token, do you? Do you need to see more? Do you need to see more?
I mean, what more do you need to see is the thing. And do you need to see him do it with a lesser cast? Well, you're probably going to get to see that here for the first however many weeks. And I know John Lynch spoke today about Brandon Ayuk not being ready for week 1. I don't think he'll be ready until week 8, personally, based on the research I've done with that surgery. So if you want to see Brock Purdy do more with less, You're going to have Kittle and Juwan and Ricky Pearsall and
McCaffrey.
But you're not going to have this amazing cast of characters. Even 2 years ago, when you had peak Debo, you had McCaffrey lead the league in touches and touchdowns. You had the best tight end in football. You had Brandon Ayuk over 1,300 yards. You had an unbelievable cast that you're not going to have this year. So do you need him to do it this year with this group? Well, yeah, and let's just say they go 12-5, and McCaffrey has 1,800 combined yards. Kittle's got 12 touchdowns, and Pearsall really pops. Well, people are still going to say, well, I mean, you needed a first-round receiver to pop, and you got a Hall of Fame tight end and a Hall of Fame running back. What have you done?
But how does the receiver pop? Who threw George all those touchdowns?
It would be him, yeah.
Okay,
no, I'm totally with you.
You know what I mean? And then
people are going to naysay as long as they can naysay.
I guess, but that circles us back to the original question. Because Lions fans don't need to see more. They don't. They don't need to see them. They want to. They want to win a Super Bowl, but they don't have questions about the validity of their quarterback. They don't. And that's fine. That's fine. Different cities, different fan bases, different experiences. But I want to explore it a little bit, and I think we're doing that today.
Yeah.
How about Jack of all trades on Twitter says, here's the one. Oh, see, now you're going to get me upset because Purdy needs all pros at every position and Jared Goff doesn't. Okay.
Huh.
Hit me with the position where Purdy's got an all pro and Jared doesn't.
Well, left tackle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have we never heard of Penei Sewell?
Yeah, he's a right tackle, but I'll allow it.
You get what I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to say it before Grandy comes down.
Superstar offensive tackle.
Grandy is in there fact-checking everything.
Yeah, the Lions have a phenomenal offensive line. I would argue a better one than the 49ers. Okay? So next, where does Jared Goff not have an all-pro where Brock Purdy does?
Tight end, although Laporta's very good.
Is not an all-pro level tight end?
I don't know if he was an all-pro last year.
Why do you know Pro Bowl, whatever.
Yeah.
That is a very good, that's an elite tight end.
No doubt.
That's a top 6 or 7 tight end.
Agreed.
Does he have a superstar running back?
A couple of them.
Does he have a superstar wide receiver?
At least one, maybe more.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What does Jared Goff not have that Brock does? You just know their names better because we live here.
Exactly.
That's it.
And they're a little bit more established. Like
who?
Kittle over Laporta.
Okay.
McCaffrey over Montgomery and Gibbs.
I mean, you could argue on some of these positions that that's a bad thing for the 49er version. Like youth.
Well, they're more known and they're more established.
Right, but Jahmyr Gibbs right now is probably as fast and dynamic as the league has to offer, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was amazing. And, you have David Montgomery go for nearly 800 yards as well. So that two-man tandem, especially I think it was week 1 when I think I sat him week 1.
You probably did.
I think I did. He had 34 points or something.
I remember that.
That might have been 2 years ago when I did that.
It was 2 years ago. You had a hard time knowing when to start David.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just start him.
I started starting him.
Then you started starting him. He got hurt. Then you start him.
Yeah.
He made a bunch of touchdowns that year.
Gibbs, he had 12 last year. Gibbs was 16. Those two combined for 28 rushing touchdowns and 2,200 yards.
Gibbs is out of control.
He's good.
Gibbs is so good. Where's he going in the drafts this year? Top 7?
First round, yeah.
Top 7?
Oh, probably top 5, top 3, yeah.
Yeah, Gibbs is going. Oh, by the way, just for fun, I did confirm with Abe last night that he did get Saquon Barkley at number 6. You guys want to take any guesses at who went in the 5 picks before Saquon Barkley?
Was Gibbs?
In this kid's fantasy draft? Gibbs was one of them, yes. Jahmyr Gibbs was one.
Yeah, probably. I don't think Derrick Henry would, no.
No, not Derrick Henry.
Puka?
Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson was one. Puka was not. Puka went 7.
Jamar,
definitely. Jamar was number 1 overall. That's 3. So we still need, We need 2 more.
Kyron Williams?
No.
It's an LA draft.
Yeah, it was an LA draft. No, it was not Kyron Williams. And by the way, I need a moment to make sure I remember who the other one was. I know one of them, And I'm trying to think of who the other one was. Ooh, doctor. Anyway, keep guessing, and I'll be able to tell you. Yeah.
Not Bijan.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there you go. Whichever one. Bijan or Bijan.
Yeah.
Whichever one. And then there was one more.
CeeDee Lamb?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
I'm just looking at...
Those were your top 5 in his fantasy draft. He got Saquon Barkley at number 6. And I bet if Evan Giddings is driving home listeing to us right now, he'd agree. Because he's fading Saquon Barkley.
I am too.
No, I get it. I'm not calling it crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's your metric, which is whoever led the league in touches last year is about to run out of gas, I mean, you've got some evidence.
If I'm picking third and I'm looking at fantasypros.com and they do the average draft position, the ADP. I got it right this time.
You down with ADP?
Yeah, you know me. And I think it's a valuable pre-draft tool to see, especially when you get into later rounds, like where other leagues are taking guys. But Jamar Chase is 1, Bijan Robinson 2, and then Saquon is 3. So if I'm sitting at 3 and Jamar and Bijan are both off the board, I'm not taking Saquon.
Who are you taking?
I'll let you know.
Oh.
I'll get back to you. The last thing I need to do is give up my strategy. You know what I'm going to do this year?
There's no strategy in the top 5. Like you got your people, and then you know what I mean? Strategy is when we get to like round 4. That's when things start getting
My strategy
hot.
this year is to utilize my non-sports watching son, who has won, I think, 3 or 4 fantasy football leagues. He does like internet research on
analytics.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then he picks guys that he's never heard of. He hasn't heard of anybody. And he wins. And he wins. And he wins. And all he does is win, 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 no matter what. So I might have him draft.
Do it.
Quest?
You won't.
I can't.
You won't.
No. The problem with
you
me...
You miss out on all the fun if you do that.
It's only as much fun as it is when you have a toddler. Like, our draft usually hits about 6:30. That's a tough time for your guy.
You're always mad by the 3rd pick in the draft, too.
Well,
I've noticed that about you.
Like, pick it up.
No, it's not let's go. But listen, first of all, you're listening to 95.7 The Game.
You
okay?
really are.
KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco and Odyssey Sports Station in the home of the Golden State Warriors and Valkyries. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Coming to you live from the Laughing Monk Studios. We're going to go to the phones in a second. But this is my yearly August public service announcement that I'd like to make to everybody. Do y'all like fantasy football? Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you look forward to it every year?
I do.
Okay. Grandy, do you look forward to it?
Absolutely.
Lucas,
I can't wait.
Do you look forward to it? Lucas?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Don't yell at him.
No, look. Okay. If you way too soon. If you all look forward to it, then how come when you get here, you're all in such a rush? This is the good stuff. Calm down. Stop yelling at people to go. I always shout out my good buddy, Mike Spencer. He lives in Georgia now, but he was the commissioner of our high school league for many, many years. And this is back when we were younger and there weren't so many wives and kids, and everybody was able to get together every year. And we're in the Gas Lamp in San Diego, and we're at a sports bar, and there are like potato skins, there's nachos, there's all kinds of, there's beer. Things are coming at us. Tilted
I'm going to eat it.
Thank you. You know the place.
Tilted Kilt.
Tilted Kilt in San Diego. And we did not, because we were in person, there's no clock on the picks. Clock. There's no clock. And every round, we would get to people and, oh, man, will you go? Please, will you go? And he stood up. He threw his napkin. And he said, where the hell do you all have to be? We've worked very hard to get to this moment. Stop being in such a hurry. Order another beer and shut up.
Whoa.
And I was like, I'd like to sign you to a new 5-year contract extension to be our commissioner. You're right. You're right. So I suggest that to you this year, even though we're not even going to be in person. I know Mila is probably very tough during a draft, and I understand that certain people in this draft trigger you with the way that they go about their business.
Well, I mean.
But just don't be mad by pick 3.
I'm not mad.
Yes, you are.
Just hurry up. I'm not mad.
Just go. But there's a clock. What's our clock, Lucas?
It's
a minute?
A minute and a half,
it's
I think.
It's a minute. Like, It's okay, even if everybody takes all their time.
Some people always take all their time.
And that's okay.
It's really not.
It gives you more time to strategize, Dibs.
Like, don't try to speed everything up.
I've got 12 players in my queue, and like last year, I was way at the end of the first round, so it's pick, and then you've got like 14 minutes. Let's go.
No, make a snack. Make a snack. Take Mila for a walk. I don't know. Do like it's okay.
It's story time and bedtime when we have our draft traditionally, so it's a tough time for me.
We did have a unique situation a couple years ago when Steiny got locked out of his account and we had to pause the draft.
It actually is not that unique. It happens all the time.
And you really don't have to bring it up.
No, and I wish you wouldn't bring it up because it still sticks in my craw.
And then Steiny, made it to the finals that year?
He sure did.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I kicked his butt.
Because he was enabled. He was enabled by the commissioner.
Well,
it's okay. We're going to give you a little time out.
It happens every year. You know when we went to Chicago and we sat in that rainstorm when Trey Lance went against Justin Fields, the Bears-Niners game.
Yeah, and that was, I think, Dante Pettis had a huge catch for the Bears in that game.
And the Giants were at Wrigley Field, and we all flew out there, and we turned that weekend into our fantasy draft. We did our fantasy draft, and someone threw a laptop. A laptop got thrown in the first round because someone got locked out.
Oh, boy.
The Wi-Fi, I don't know. He might have had too much to drink. Guys are sitting in. All we'll do when that happens is make fun of him.
It is funny.
It's not like we're going to. Nobody's there to help. It's not like, hey, let me see your computer. Let me see if I can help. No, that's not what we do. You start throwing banana peels at him and go, hey, pick, you doofus. And
it was wrong.
And he couldn't get in. And he threw his laptop and he stormed out.
Yeah.
And we stopped the draft because he left.
Auto draft.
What are you going to do?
Poor guy's in auto draft mode.
I mean, he's probably listening right now. He lives in the East Bay. Craig, you know who you are. Calm down. It's going to be okay.
This guy is such a D.
That laptop got thrown.
We're going to draft our players. It's going to be okay. We're going to do it. It's good to see you recently, Craig. I hope you're having a good day. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's go to Richie in Queens. Hi, Richie. What are you doing?
Well, I usually call you, about baseball, but, we're getting into the football season. And I'm a New York Giant fan, but my team through the years, too, was always the Niners. If the Giants weren't in it, I was being a Giant baseball. And you mentioned Purdy. I think he has a lot to prove this year. I think, losing Samuel, McCaffrey, they're starting to age a little bit. Their defense is ranked 21st. I think that's unfair. But I think their defense has to really, get some turnovers because I just still, and I called you last year, I still question the arm strength of him sometimes. But I think he's a heady quarterback. And I think that they're going to be able. Their offensive line, I think, is fine. I love Warner. You always loved him. And you think losing Samuels made you guys, or do you feel that way?
Losing who?
Or do you think he was on the downturn?
Who?
Debo.
Oh, I thought you said Sanders.
He meant Samuel.
Okay. Do I think losing Debo? Hey, thanks, Richie. Appreciate it. A couple things I want to say about that. Do I think losing Debo hurts? I actually think maybe a little bit more on the emotional front than it does on the physical front. A little mysterious to me last year why all the Debo stuff just sort of seemed to stop working. I fought pretty hard that I think Debo's still got a lot left in the tank, and I do. But I also think sometimes you get to a point with a team and a player where it's just time. It's time for a fresh start. It's time for both sides to kind of go their own way. Debo was complaining about a lot of different things last year, whether it be touches or things that kickers were doing or whatever. And so I just think that it was time. It got a little bit too anxious and tight. He complained about targets and then dropped a game-winning touchdown, all that stuff. So, yeah, and they had drafted another receiver in the first round. And it's probably time to make a runway for him anyway.
And they had paid another wide receiver, and we talked about it going into the Ayuk contract situation that you can't pay two receivers. You don't usually pay two receivers at that level, and so they paid Ayuk, and it felt like one of the two was going to go, and Debo's contract was more movable sooner than Ayuk's, and so that's the way that happened. And, yeah, you mentioned the targets, he had 81 targets, only 51 catches. So 30 of those targets were not completed. Couple drops, like you said, and his carries were down to just 42 carries. I don't think he wanted to be used like that anymore. What they will miss is what you're talking about, the boombox guy, and sort of the identity of being Debo, but also what I talk about where you get in the huddle and Debo is such a multi-use threat that you're not going to have that anymore. You're probably not going to have Pearsall line up in the backfield and be a running back like you did with Debo.
Has anybody asked the 49ers who's doing boombox with Trent? Has anybody asked who's leading the team out this year?
Not that I've heard.
That seems like an odd thing to have not been asked by now. I think Willard and Dibs need to go to camp.
I think you're right, and I'm just...
Who's leading the team out with Trent?
The guy I would first think about would be Diamador Lenore.
Interesting.
A guy who's got that sort of swag to him.
He's got some swag. I think about Juwan also. I think Juwan Jennings, after what he did last year, now he's got to, be on the team.
Yeah. And, you don't want him to strain the calf with the boombox, the added weight of a boombox on your shoulder. But
do you think that this is an injury or is it business?
I think it's probably both. I think it's an injury, but let's just say if it were the playoffs coming up this Sunday, he's going to play. If he was getting ready for the wild card game at home against Green Bay, I think he plays football. But it's August, and the contract situation is unresolved, and I do believe that, he's got a calf and stuff, and Kyle said that, you could see it, and, either you see it in the imaging or you can see that something's wrong with it, so you're not going to throw him out there before he's ready, so I don't want to say that it's 50-50 injury contract, but I do think that it's both.
I like your Lenore idea because I think it would be fun to have one representative of the offense and one representative of the defense. I also think boombox guy, that's a certain guy. It's not just a leader. It has to be somebody who is inspired by the music, will kind of take that lead, really have that swag. Like, for instance, I bet most people would be like, why wouldn't Fred Warner do it? I don't think that's Fred.
Agreed.
I don't think that's George.
No.
I don't think that's who they are.
If you threw on some Morgan Wallen, maybe George would be, my cowboy hat and my boots. But
yeah, Bosa and Purdy to just swagger on out there. It has to be a certain guy. And Lenore comes to mind. That's good. I think Juwan Jennings.
Ayuk would be great if he was active and ready. I think that he kind of has a little bit of that swag as well. I mean, wide receivers in general, right?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, maybe Ricky will grow into it. I don't know.
It's possible. Maybe they just retire the whole bit. I mean, now that Debo's gone.
That would be unfortunate.
Be less fun, certainly.
I like that bit.
It's a good bit, and, you get all revved up, and, George has his smelling salts back, so maybe he can incorporate that. And
he does.
Keep that as a part of his routine. I don't know.
Yeah. There were a few more of these responses to read and go through. And also, you're really going to want to hear what Talanoa Hufanga said today out at 49er Bronco joint practice as he returns to his old facility. We are sponsored by Safeway, and this is Willard and Dibs.
Head to Safeway this week for this amazing deal and more for members. USDA Choice Boneless Beef Top Round London Broil. Just $4.97 per pound. Limit 2 packages. Visit Safeway.com for more details. See you in the aisles.
The road to Santa Clara starts now.
Let's go Niners!
The red and gold are back.
Purdy spins out of the pocket. Throwing back of the end zone. It's caught! And the toe tap by George Kittle!
Your station for everything 49ers.
The Bay Area's football station. 95.7 The Game.
Visit Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill and receive up to 2 free eligible Monogram appliances or generous credits towards the appliances of your choice. Explore the full line of Monogram appliances beautifully displayed in live working vignettes at Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill or at friedmansappliance.com.
When you travel well, your KLM Royal Dutch Airlines ticket takes you to more than just your destination. It takes you to winding streets, spontaneous detours, and the realization that neither of you is actually good with directions.
Recalculating route.
And when the final shortcut taken isn't exactly short,
Welcome aboard KLM Royal.
our crew is here to give you a trip home that goes just as planned. KLM Royal Dutch Airlines. When you travel, travel well.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath. You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked!
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm? Totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Losing weight shouldn't be a struggle, and with Jumpstart MD, it doesn't have to be. Right now, your first month is free when you join our medically supervised weight loss program. Our licensed clinicians create personalized plans, including GLP-1 medications, to help you see real results. No insurance? No problem. We have options to meet your individual needs. With 13 Bay Area locations and online visits, expert support is always within reach. This first month free offer ends soon, so call 855-JUMPSTART or visit jumpstartmd.com to start transforming your health today.
At Star One, we make saving simple because everything we do is in your best interest. That's why we provide super simple